Hello and welcome to another episode of Isco Talks. Earlier yesterday I got a really interesting comment in one of my videos. Which scooter would I pick up between a Ninebot Max G2 or Xiaomi 4 Ultra? It's a bit hard question to answer. It should be actually quite simple and straightforward, but unfortunately it's not. So Xiaomi 4 Ultra came out to the market roughly a year earlier than Ninebot Max G2. Before Xiaomi 4 Ultra came to the market, then and well, today I kind of still have the same opinion that Ninebot Max was the best commuter e-scooter ever made. Okay, because it was just brilliant. First of all, built like a tank, reliable. Okay, they're not breaking. Like in most cases, whatever happens on them, in most cases, it's actually user error. So at the moment when they came out like 5 years ago, tubeless tires with anti-puncture jelly, bigger battery for a real life range of around 35-40 kilometers. Like, it was absolutely brilliant. Front drum brake, rear regenerative braking, that worked absolutely perfect. Built-in 3-amp charger with the support for fast charging. The only thing that scooter was missing 5 years ago when it came to the market was suspension. This was the only thing that was needed on that scooter. So when a year and a half ago Xiaomi came out with Xiaomi 4 Ultra that actually had almost same battery, only 10 watt-hour difference, same tubeless tires with anti-puncture jelly, same configuration, front drum brake, rear regenerative braking, it was just no-brainer. The only difference was that Xiaomi didn't have a built-in 3-amp charger and didn't support the fast charging, but everything else it had, and it had that great suspension. And then, start of this year, Ninebot released a Ninebot Max G2, and I was super excited. Like when I saw it, I was like, yes, I can't wait to get my hands on it. Okay, I was a little bit skeptical about the front suspension because it looked so similar to the suspension type that they had on a Ninebot ES series, and that was really bad. I'll be completely honest. So thanks to one of my friends, I actually managed to get the hands on one of them and try them out. And if you check first 2 videos that I made about them, about the Ninebot Max G2, I absolutely love that scooter. Honestly, I really did. The ride was so smooth. It was absorbing bumps absolutely brilliantly and all that. But then, unfortunately, I found out about the problem with the front suspension, and I made a 3rd video to warn you guys, because if there's something that I don't want to happen to me, I also don't want that to happen to you guys, and that's why I'm making all those videos where I'm pointing out problems with different scooters. I don't want to end up flying over handlebars, And that was a really big pushback, because since 2020, I actually want to do tour around Ireland on electric scooter, and I was trying to find the perfect scooter for that. For that reason, I actually bought my Nami Burn E Max to do tour around Ireland, and Wolf King GT Pro was purchased solely for that project, for that adventure. Unfortunately, it was supposed to be done with me and my friend, but he moved out of Ireland in the meantime. So Wolf King GT was unfortunately sold. It was a mistake. I left Nami, and Nami, with the way they're treating their customers, with all the problems, like I don't want to use that scooter, because whichever scooter I'm using in those videos, it's going to be a promotion for that scooter, because the plan is to do a really long journey, so that's going to be lots of kilometers, and whichever scooter, if it survives, it's going to be a brilliant marketing. So Ninebot Max G2 came to the market and was like, okay, I need to go actually for a smaller scooter. I can't go for a big scooter, because I might end up in a hotel where they're not going to let me stay in because of the scooter or something like that, because this is becoming a thing here in Ireland. Like, they don't let scooters in some hotels and things like that. It's overall already hard to find a room in a hotel, and then on top of that to accept you with a big scooter, I'm not 100% sure. So I was like, okay, I need to get something smaller. And that's where Ninebot Max G2 was just like, brilliant. Suspension, small enough, fast charging. I can recharge it within 3 hours. Because kind of idea was, okay, I head out in the morning, let's say I do 2 or 3 hours to drain a battery, then I can stop for a lunch to transfer footage, do maybe a little bit of an editing, recharge the scooter within 3 hours, and then do a second round. So that way, if I restrict the speed or something, I could maybe get even up to 100 kilometers covered per day. Because, tour around Ireland is going to take quite a while. So I want to cover as much as possible kilometers per day. But as I said, unfortunately with this, that's a problem. Xiaomi, on the other side, brilliant suspension and everything. Unfortunately, it doesn't have that fast charging. And that's a problem. So between those two, okay, at the moment, I would rather pick up Xiaomi because of suspension. And there are a couple of more reasons that I'm going to go to that in just a minute. But overall, I would just love if Ninebot would fix that. Or if Xiaomi would maybe release, Xiaomi 5 Ultra that has all these, but that it has indicators and a fast charging. Then that would be a no-brainer for me. So for you guys, well, it's up to you. Okay. If you have a smooth road, you can maybe try and get away with the Ninebot Max G2. If the fast charging is important to you and that built-in charger, okay, the Ninebot Max G2 could be a better deal for you. But the thing is that, really pay attention to the front fork, especially if that play in the front suspension is increasing, because lots of them have been sold. Majority of them don't have problems except for that play, but that play is not increasing or changing in any way. It is just the way it is, okay? But there are some of them where the play increases, and there were a couple of cases where actually they broke. So I don't know, did any of the people end up in a hospital? But as I said, be careful about that. I wouldn't like to risk it. I'm still considering getting it, and I'm looking actually into modifying Ninebot Max G2 so I can use it for my journey. Another option was actually in-motion climber, okay? But unfortunately it doesn't have a suspension. And now, a month ago when I was in Croatia, making a video about the Ninebot Max G30, the first version of the Ninebot Max, I actually went there to physio because for 4 months I have a problem with a sore elbow, and unfortunately diagnostics is of course a tennis elbow. I'm not going to say that that was caused by scooters, okay, but the thing is I went to physio, and for a couple of days my elbow was perfectly fine. Third day I needed to go to another side of the Zagreb to meet with my friend for a coffee, and on the way back my elbow was sore again, because of vibrations and everything else. So as I said, I'm not going to say that vibrations cause that, but definitely they are not helping out. And something else that I actually want to, since I'm talking about those things, that I just want to mention here, a month ago I started actually having a problem with my lower back as well. And again, I'm not going to say that it's scooters that cause that. It might be a mattress, the way I sleep, so many different things, but I'm quite sure that vibrations are not helping. And if you're watching my channel for a while, you might remember whenever I was talking about tires, especially about solid tires, I mentioned that I don't like them. I don't recommend them, especially on a scooter without a suspension, because I had a problem with my ankle where I have a metal plate and screws that started swallowing because of vibrations. And I'm actually really concerned how all those vibrations are actually affecting your body, your bones and joints and everything. So that's why I want to mention it here, because you might think about it. It might be bad maybe for you, and that might help you make a decision which maybe scooter to get, and definitely to avoid using solid tires. Because of that, for a while, I'll need to avoid actually riding e-scooters, and videos will be mostly this format. I am actually getting an e-bike that I actually wanted to get for a super long time. So I'm going to be making some of the videos on an e-bike. Those are going to be outdoor videos. Hopefully everything is going to get back to normal as soon as possible so I can continue making content outdoors. But well, luckily weather is not the best at the moment, so I'm not in a rush in any way. Anyways, that's going to be all regarding that. Let's go back to a little bit better topics that we actually started video with. So InMotion Climber, because it doesn't have any suspension, even that it has two motors, it supports fast charging, okay? It can climb any hills, okay? I did some testing, I didn't release that footage, but I was absolutely impressed. But unfortunately, it has no suspension. So the last option actually that I would maybe suggest you guys maybe to consider, except for those two, you can maybe look into InMotion Climber if you have a really smooth roads in your area, okay? Because it's a similar price tag, pretty similar price tag. And then the last scooter that's also similar price tag is actually Ninebot Segway ZT3 Pro. I'm considering that one because that one, okay, Ninebot Max G2 comes with a built-in 3-amp charger and supports external fast charger, 5-amp charger. ZT3 Pro comes from factory with a 4-amp charger. So it's something in between. It's going to do a pretty good job, but it has bigger wheels. It has front and rear suspension. It is a little bit bigger and maybe a bit chunkier, but you know, that front suspension looks better, and I'm trying to remember, do I know about any problems regarding them? I can't recall. But like, you know, listen, if there's any problems with them, trust me, I'll make a video about it. If there's any problems with any scooters, I'm always going to make a video about it. I'm always going to warn you guys, because things that I don't want to happen to me, I don't want to happen to you. If I don't want someone to scam me, I don't want to end up buying a rubbish scooter, and I don't want you to buy a rubbish scooter. So yeah, my videos I know are not over exciting, but well, I think that you're finding a value in these videos. I hope I'm helping you out making your decisions. So I don't know, you could consider subscribing. Again, thanks again for all the comments. Thank you so much for all the questions. Because sometimes it inspires me to make a video like this. So as usual, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. If you want to support my work, you can join my YouTube channel for like $1.99. You're going to get early access to videos like this. Some of those videos are getting sometimes released immediately, even publicly, if it's something really important. But in most cases, they're going to be scheduled for one of the days. But if you're a member, then of course you get early access. So yeah, listen, till next time guys, please stay safe out there and respect other road users. Bye bye.